Hey everyone, welcome to a special episode of Tulsa Music Stream. It is episode 43, and we are going to be talking with Phil Lewis from LA Guns. We're also going to be giving away some Collective Soul tickets, two pairs of tickets to go see Collective Soul. I believe that's at Hard Rock Cafe, or I'm sorry,
the Joint.
Casino.
That's old school.
The Joint, yeah.
And it's football season. NFL kicked off this weekend.
Plus, we're going to talk about our IDL experiences, the IDL Ballroom.
This is a farewell to the IDL Ballroom, which we did this interview with Phil Lewis, and then we had to had some other things we had to do, and then had to edit this stuff and put it all together. So it was kind of a time-consuming issue, but that's okay. We got it now, and we're here with Nine and Jana.
Welcome back, Nine. It's been a little while since you've been in your throne behind the mic.
Yeah, it feels good. My seat was warm when I came back.
Yeah, you can thank the cats for that.
I will.
Why don't you give a shout out to some people in the chat room?
We got Elizabeth Talcott, Doug Weber, Diodell, Tracy Long, Kelly Ensley, Dwayne Burgett, and Robert Ramon.
Nice.
Is that like Razor Ramon?
Is it Burgett or Burgett?
Welcome to the show, you guys. Thanks for joining us.
It's whatever you want it to be.
Cool.
Hey, we're in a good mood today. Life is crazy. We're trying to sell the stream room so we can get a bigger stream room. So we had an open house today. This room's going to sell this house. I'm telling you guys right now.
Absolutely.
It's crazy. We had 3 cats in a car. It was a good time. It was a good time.
Now, if we had Phil Lewis doing the interview in the studio, we'd had to put him in a car too
And drive him around. Keep him calm.
Right.
Right. Give him a treat in the back.
If we had him here right now, he could sit right on my lap.
And he would.
You know, he's a great bloke.
He's a good. You stole my word. I was going to say bloke.
So anyway, we did talk. Well, we already said goodbye to the IDL Ballroom, and that show was with Stephen Piercy, Sebastian Bach, and then Phil Lewis came in and did a couple songs and hung out and talked with the fans. They all hung out backstage at Eddie Trunk's birthday bash, and there's a lot of good stuff with that. So we got some stuff that we put together, some video stuff, and it's our way of saying goodbye ourselves, because all 3 of us have played there many times.
But of course, we played the last show there, the actual last show there, Dead Metal Society and
and we have
Rocket
footage.
Science.
And we're going to talk about that night as well.
Yes.
We're going to relive the set lists.
We are.
It was I would just say it was a party. It was an event of events.
For sure.
It was fun.
And anyway, thanks for joining us, Tina Marie, Mike DiPetrillo, and Mike's going to be on here, and David Eubanks.
Right.
And we also talked to some of the crew members of the IDL and sat down, and we went down the sidewalk and talked to a lot of fans that were there to see, of course, Phil Lewis and the boys.
Yes.
So we talked to a lot of the fans on the street, and let's get into it.
Let's do it. So up first is our sit-down interview with Phil Lewis. He gave us about 20 minutes of really great content, and it's great. So we're going to dive right in. We will be here in the chat room if you guys have any questions. This is a pre-recorded interview, but we're still here watching right along with you. So let's get into this Phil Lewis interview. We'll be back live right after this. Enjoy this interview.
Hey guys, we're here at Tulsa Music Stream at the IDL Ballroom. We're getting ready to gear up for the Sebastian Bach, Mr. Phil Lewis right here from LA Guns, and of course Stephen Piercy from Rat. It's going to be an amazing show. This is going to be the last event, actually rock event here at the IDL Ballroom. So we are here with Phil Lewis. How you doing, Phil?
I'm doing good. I'm glad to be here. I'm happy to be here. I'm a little sad that it's the last show.
Yes.
I had some good times here over the years.
Absolutely.
This is a great venue. This is a real. When you think of Tulsa, you think of this place. And,
Yes.
like we were just talking about canes. There's certain things, synonymous with the town. So I'm sorry to see it go, but I know the guys right here are looking forward to doing something bigger and better. So let's see what happens. It's a tough time for live music now anyway, so maybe a break's not a bad thing.
Now, didn't you just recently, I think in Vegas, you did the whole Cocked and Loaded show?
Yeah, we did a live stream about 4 or 5 months ago, and we did the entire album from top to bottom, and we threw in Speed, a more recent song we wrote just to get our jollies on. But yeah, that went really, really well, and actually it's available on CD now. We released it, or they released it on CD, and it sounds really good, actually. And it's a real live record. There aren't overdubs. There aren't. We didn't add any. We didn't go into the studio. A little embellishment, cleaned up the drums a little bit. But it is what you see is the real deal, and real proud of it, actually.
And that's your first time doing it from.
Yeah, I mean the plan was this year and the end of last year, celebrate the 30th anniversary. We were going to tour it, and had big plans to do that. Obviously, they got squashed, like everyone else's plans, and it's a shame because. We're going to come back out in November, but we've got a new record, so we're going to be focusing on that. And so, unfortunately, Cocked and Loaded redo kind of fell through the cracks. But we do have a live stream and a CD to show for it, so it was worth it. It was fun for me relearning some of the songs that I haven't done. Some of them haven't been done in decades.
Now,
Right?
is there new music being worked on?
Oh yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah.
Good,
Really
good.
good
Now
new
listen, we were
music.
talking
Good.
earlier about Tulsa. And when you go to a certain city so many times, you kind of form a little connection in a way to those cities,
And
right?
that's what I mean about this place too. So
You've been here quite a few times and played in this venue.
yeah, at least half a dozen.
Yeah.
Wow.
And I last time I was here, I did an acoustic
Right.
solo
We
show.
remember we were here.
And this for me, I didn't get a chance to do too many because the plague shut everything down. But this, of the half dozen or so that I did, this was easily my favorite.
Very
Nice. That's great.
Now this is Eddie Trunk's birthday.
That's right.
You got any well wishes for Eddie?
Oh, Eddie's a good guy. Yeah, I don't suppose anyone really knows exactly
Oh,
how many
okay.
birthdays it is. I think he's going to keep quiet about that. But yeah,
Get
I
my
mean,
phone
I'm
off that
65.
Never mind.
Oh no, that's not true. I'm 64. I'll be 65. I'll be getting Social Security next year.
Wow.
And time flies. I've had it's been great, and I don't feel old. I feel exactly the same way when I did when I was 35.
But generations change. Like people that were 65 30 years ago are quite different than people that are 65 today.
Now, yeah,
My
that's
older
right.
brother's 65. He
Yeah.
does not act like a 65-year-old.
That's right. It's true. And I remember, back in the 80s, people you were considered old if you were in your 30s, and I was always like, fuck that. I don't feel bad about it at all. It's how you feel. I got my annual checkup. The doc gave me an A+.
Great.
So I'm good to go.
That's good to hear.
Yeah.
So what are your summer tour plans after this?
Summer tour, nothing.
Nothing.
Nothing. No. November, the record drops.
Cool.
And we've got a gaggle of shows in the LA, Vegas area. We just don't know. We don't know
Right.
how far we can extend ourselves. I'd love to do a whole
Sure.
American world tour, but who knows?
I know.
There's just nothing solid.
Life
right
is
now.
weird now.
Oh,
Everything's
it is.
It's
weird.
been so weird. So hence the moustache.
I was going to ask. Yeah.
I call it a plague stash. and I stopped shaving after the last gig that I did, and this just goes to show how long it's
And
been.
it took
And I was thinking about shaving it for tonight, but it's not really a gig, it's just an appearance. So it'll probably keep going to November, by
Wow.
which time I'll be working on the handlebar.
You kind of like have a Lemmy-ish look.
I
now.
know, I've been told that, and
Yeah, I
the
mean, you're
attire
good.
and everything, but I've known Lemmy since I was 12, so I take that as a compliment. I mean, there's only one, there can only be one
Oh,
Lemmy.
yeah, of
Sure.
Yeah, I definitely take that as a compliment, and
Sure.
and that's, he was a distinguished English gentleman, and I like to feel I'm following in that heritage.
How often do you
Definitely.
make it back to England?
Just when I tour.
Family there still?
No. Everything. I've been here. I've been in the States longer than I was ever there. I still got the accent, of course, but I've been here. Maybe 10 years more than I ever spent in England. So I became a Yank in 03, and they asked me, "Do you want to do dual citizenship?" And I was like, "No way! I'm an American."
It's funny.
now."
We had Mark Storaci on the show, and we had I asked him about a festival he did. I think it was in 1980, and Girl played at it.
Yeah.
Do you remember what I'm talking about? It was some festival in England. It was Crocus, and it was Girl, and it was I don't know, but
it was like a Reading Festival.
and it was some other festival.
Right.
I can't.
Reading was the big one, and that was awful. That was back at the time where they thought it was rabid fans thought it was really funny to piss in a bottle and throw it up on stage.
Oh, jeez.
And it was nasty. I mean, and they would do it. They wasn't just doing. I mean, Girl. Obviously, we were a obvious target, and but they were giving Def Leppard shit. They were giving you. I mean, they were just all these like really good bands. So like nobody got away with it. No, and it was miserable. And I don't look back at it fondly. It was great to play a big festival, but dodging piss bottles and corn husks is not my idea.
Well, you're here with Stephen Piercy and Sebastian Bach.
Yeah.
And you're part of the
good friends.
singers. Is this one of the first times you kind of did this kind of thing with just three singers playing with one band?
Yeah, actually, I've done open mic nights and jam nights in LA, and with Brent and Robbie, who were like the solid band, and they'd get different people up, and Ryan Roxy did it. He was always a good MC. So yeah, I'm used to it, and it's really it's a Stephen and Sebastian night. I'm just here. Doug invited me more as a friend, and asked if I was coming anyway. Do I want to do a couple of songs? Yeah.
So cool that you
Wow,
came.
definitely.
So cool.
Yeah. I
So
wouldn't miss
cool.
it for the world.
The last time we talked to you, you were going through your the name.
Oh yeah,
the court
yeah.
thing.
I told you it was going to get sorted
Yeah.
out.
And it
did.
did get sorted out.
Yeah.
So
I'm happy with the result. We spent a lot of money, as I told you, and we had to throw a lot at it, and we had to because it wasn't going to get resolved. It was just going to go on until the wheels fell off of both bands. So now I think it's fair. We are LA Guns as it should be, and they're something else.
I saw them on video, and I don't care. I mean, you can be politically correct. I won't. That singer in that other fucking version just he could not handle it. He could not handle the vocals, and it's like, come on, why you want to put a product out there that sounds like that?
It was all very politically motivated, which we discussed when we did the last interview. I don't really it was just an offer for them to play M3 because we couldn't, and they got pissed off with us, so they put something together, and I don't believe that they really expected it to go as far as it did. Honestly, now that it's all resolved, I've got no axe to grind,
Sure.
no beef at all. Go for it, and
It's in the past.
You have it. Your opinion seems to be pretty much.
Well, I'm
the
not.
general
I don't
opinion.
want to. I don't want. I mean, I'm a musician. I don't want people saying things like. But the truth is, man, you put a product out there like that and call yourself what you're calling yourself.
No, it was wrong. It was definitely wrong. And
yeah.
without our legal team, it would have been awful. It would have gotten really, really ugly. And I'm glad it's sorted out.
well, I think the sky's the limit for you guys.
It
Yes.
is.
Oh,
guys
you
can
wait
move
till you hear
on
this
and-
new record.
I wanted to ask you more about that. You seem really excited. What can we expect off of that?
It's a typical LA Guns record that it's multi-dimensional. It's got the heavy songs. It's got the great couple of really cool dark ballads. We got a kind of a country-ish kind of a vibe.
Wow.
I wouldn't say country, but like when you Led Zeppelin 3.
Okay.
With the mandolin and the Sandy Denny and we got a song that we're going to be shooting a video for next week that is along those lines.
Cool.
That I'm really pleased with the way it turned out. So LA Guns is not a one-dimensional band. We've always been multifaceted and enjoyed the like Cheap Trick. you never know what you're going to get with us. You know, Tracy comes up with he's influenced by so many different styles, and I like that about this band. You know, some of them obviously probably, you know, we're not going to be playing live because of the nature of that, but it's still fun to work on and to record. The last three since the reunion have been very well received. I personally think this is the best one yet.
Wow, projected release date.
November.
Excellent.
I don't know exactly what day, but yeah, that's it drops in November.
That's
do you
great.
do outside? We had Tracy and Michael Sweet on, and do you do outside projects like that with other people, collaborations and?
Yeah, I did. I've done a lot of stuff, a lot of tribute stuff. I think that it was good for Tracy to get that metal out of his system.
It's a great album.
It is a good album, and he's happy with it, and you know, because I wouldn't necessarily think that would be a good direction for us. I think that it's good for. He's got that in him. He's got that like angry metal dude in him, and I'm glad he's got it out of his system. And you know, we touch upon that, but that's Sunbomb's very heavy.
Well, that's one thing about LA Guns is you guys kind of touch on a lot of different things and just kind of put it all together. It's like a blender of just
that's right.
All the good stuff that you can just get out of stuff, you put it all in one thing, and that's what makes LA Guns great. That's what has made me a fan even now today.
I'm happy just because of my own little selfish personal connection to LA Guns.
You were saying,
I'm glad that you guys are still going. You and Tracy are good.
Yeah.
I'm really happy about that.
Yeah,
man,
I am
fans
too.
seem to be too.
Yeah, I'm happy, and I'm, as I said, looking forward to the release. But boy, it just spinning the wheels is just really getting on my nerves. And I thought the end was in sight, but might not be quite the case. But yeah, we've got some shows lined up, as I said, in November, and to promote the new release, and something to look forward to by then, the nostalgia.
You're gonna have a big old.
How do you compare this new album compared to your last two, Devil You Know and Peace?
The Missing Piece was very epic in a very sort of instrumental, orchestrated way. With the exception of a couple of songs like Speed, but it was a deep record. The Devil You Know was a bit more fun. The first record was a challenge, but The Devil You Know was more fun, not quite so much pressure, and more to the style. Missing Piece was a stretch for me, doing some of that stuff. I enjoyed it, and I'm pleased with the way it turned out. Now this one is just it's like an old pair of boots. It's just so so comfortable,
right?
And it feels good, and it looks and sounds good, and I feel this is the Cocked and Loaded of the reunion.
So it's Cocked
title.
Oh, no working title. It's the actual title is called Checkered Past. And all the
Checkered
titles
Past.
have relevance. Missing Piece, Devil You Know. It's all about me and Tracy and Checkered Past.
Gotcha.
Which is,
awesome.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Well, what is the signature LA Guns album for you?
Well, Cocked and Loaded for me personally, because the debut album, a lot of it was written before I joined the band. So for me personally, it was a bit of a salvage project. And Cocked and Loaded was when we all started with a clean slate, and for me that was when I had the most input creatively, and it was just such a fun, sexy record, and I get the same vibe from this new one. As it's very reminiscent for me personally of Cocked and Loaded.
Well, you got a long night ahead of you.
Yes.
And we're going to let you get back to the party.
Thank you.
And it's
Thank you for
always,
joining
it's
us.
always a pleasure to have you on. I
It's
know we
great
could
to
probably
see
sit
you
here
guys.
and talk for hours.
I know we could. Thank you. But I just wanted to say hi.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
And say hi to your brethren, and thanks for the support, and keep
bet.
spreading the word.
You
Happy
bet.
birthday, Eddie.
Happy birthday.
Anyway, love you guys, man.
Yes.
Love LA Guns, and hope that you guys come through
Phil
Tulsa
Lewis.
soon.
Oh yeah,
Mr. Phil Lewis is Tulsa Music Stream.
good to be here. Cheers.
All right.
That was great.
That was
Yeah.
cool. You know, we didn't want to take his. I mean, we could have sat there and talked for hours, like we said at the end of that.
Sure.
So, I mean, there was a big night, and you know, there was a lot of rock stardom going on. So, you know, we wanted to let him go and let him have some fun with Eddie and the other guys, and
they did.
But we really appreciate Phil for taking some time to talk to us, and
He's a gentleman for
yeah,
sure.
Absolutely. he
and
is.
thanks to everyone for joining us. We got Tony, Angie K, Catherine Potter, Billy Bristol,
Hey.
Angie, Denise Dossing, Tim Hewitt, Debbie Cook, Eric, D. Fuller, or is that Fulmer?
D. Fulmer.
Stacey Vance, Crystal Bullock, and Denver Colburn Risley.
Awesome, man.
Welcome to the show.
Thank you. Really appreciate that. Yeah, that was a really neat night. We're going to play some more footage showing how much fun really was had that night.
So yeah, I guess the release date is November for
Yes.
the album Checkered Past.
Yeah.
And I guess they released a video. Is that what you said?
Well, he said they were shooting a video
Okay.
and a week from that interview. So you might look up and see if you can find a new LA Guns video.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know. I haven't checked.
I could tell he was really excited about it, and it's so great to see these guys who were our heroes growing up still cranking out great relevant music today. LA Guns is on top of their game right now.
You know, it was cool. He didn't have the a whole show to look forward to doing. He was more more relaxed and just like he was part of a bunch of
true.
people hanging out. Of course, he did get up there and sing a couple of songs, but
Yes.
man, he was very relaxed. And
I thought he sounded great too.
yeah,
did.
Yeah, very engaging too.
Our friend in the chat room, Robert Ramon, says the release date is November 12th
There you go.
for LA
Thank
Guns.
you, Robert.
So be watching for that.
Yeah, there's actually a lot of LA Gun fans in here right now. Let's see. Eric D says Phil and Tracy is the sound of LA Guns. Good luck with your version,
Absolutely.
Riley.
Right on, brother. And Sandy Green says saw Phil at IDL this time last year. Yeah, he's been there a couple times, and man, always puts on a great show. Okay, Robert Ramon also says Cannonball will be released this week with Eddie Trunk. You are bringing us some good news here, Robert.
Yeah.
That's
Cool.
excellent.
Thank you.
And
Excellent.
Denver says every time I leave Tulsa, someplace opens up, has a heyday, and closes. Then I return, and I'm like, what did I miss?
You missed the IDL, unfortunately.
IDL Ballroom.
Sonia
do
Peck
we.
says my very first concert as a teenager was LA Guns at the Canes Ballroom.
Good stuff.
All right.
Good stuff.
But we do have some tickets to give away. What do you got? Probably at the end.
We'll do it at the end.
Sure.
Yeah.
So we got 2 pairs of tickets of Collective Soul.
Yeah, and 2 of those tickets are courtesy of Angie Parker. We appreciate that, Angie. The other 2 are courtesy of Dustin Little of Okie PC. So thank you guys for donating those tickets for us to give away at the end of tonight's show. I think it's time for us to get into the next segment. This is the segment where that night we went out onto the streets in front of the IDL Ballroom and got some really great fan commentary on some of their favorite memories of the IDL, what they were looking forward to that night. Who knows? Maybe you're about to see yourself on here. If we interviewed you, it's coming up right now. Check out this interview we had with fans on the street at the IDL Ballroom. This is Tulsa Music Stream coming to you from the IDL Ballroom here in downtown Tulsa. We're getting ready to have the final ever National Rock Show with Stephen Piercy, Sebastian Bach, Phil Lewis, Eddie Trunk's birthday bash. We wanted to grab some fans tonight and get their thoughts, favorite memories, favorite experiences from the IDL Ballroom. Tell us your name.
My name is Ethan.
Ethan?
Hey, Ethan.
I am from Cushing, and I think my favorite memory would be the last concert, which was Lita Ford and Bobby Rock's drum solo.
Right on.
The 15-minute long drum solo is the best.
Super
you know
cool.
where Bobby, one of Bobby Rock's bands in the past, in the 80s, who he played for?
I looked it up. I cannot remember now.
Vinnie Vincent Invasion.
Oh, yeah.
And Nelson.
That's right. That's right. So now, was the last show you came to, was that your first show that you've been to here?
First show here, yes.
Right on. This is a cool place to see shows, isn't
Yeah,
it?
it's sad it's shutting down.
Very, very sad. We're definitely going to miss it. Who are you looking forward to seeing the most tonight?
Sebastian Bach.
Right on. Right on.
on,
Very
man.
cool. We appreciate you taking time with us tonight. We're going to rock out tonight inside the IDL Ballroom.
Thanks for being on Tulsa Music Stream.
Thank you.
All right, man. Tell us your name.
Colton Walker,
Where are you from?
Lindsborg, Kansas.
Really? You drove all the way down here? Is this your first IDL show?
It is, yeah.
Wow. So you have no idea what a cool venue this place is.
I don't.
So you're coming for the first and the
Last
last
time,
show.
yeah.
That is too cool. What do you love about Stephen Piercy and Rat?
I've always loved Rat. My mom saw them in '84 at the Cotillion in Wichita,
Wow.
and they were selling their own T-shirts, so I kind of stole it from her. but-
Super cool.
So I bought us VIP tickets, and when we saw them the first time, they signed the shirts.
Nice. So you've
Cool.
actually met him before?
Yep.
What's your
We're gonna go meet them tonight? too.
Nice. What's your favorite Rat song? Hard to pick, isn't it?
Back for more.
Yes.
Drive me crazy. I want to see that live.
I'm so glad you didn't say Round and Round. That means you're a true
I mean, I
diehard
like
fan.
it, but yeah.
Well, we recently
on.
had Stephen Piercy on our Tulsa Music Stream. So when you go back home, look up. We're going to do a show and then have all the guests and the crowd, people coming in here doing interviews. But there's some past interviews we did with Stephen Piercy, so check it
I've
out.
listened to some of them, yeah.
Right on, definitely. Well, enjoy the show. Thank you for your
Thank you,
time tonight.
guys.
Appreciate
Yep,
it, man.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
All right, we're here with Misty outside the IDL Ballroom, and who are you here to see tonight, Misty?
Sebastian Bach and Stephen Piercy.
All right, and you've been here before?
I saw Lita Ford last month.
Last month, so it's your second time here?
Second time.
And maybe the last.
Hope not.
Unfortunately.
Right, right.
I don't
Where-
like
and
it.
do you live in Tulsa?
No, I live in Cushing, but I'm originally from Texas.
Wow,
Wow.
cool. So you
Nice.
travel from Cushing to the IDL Ballroom to see Sebastian, Stephen Piercy, and Phil Lewis too.
Oh yeah, I didn't know about that until we got here.
Right.
That's awesome too.
An
Yeah.
added bonus.
love
It's like
that.
the icing on the cake.
It
Right,
is.
right, right.
They just added Phil not too long ago.
Yeah,
So.
I love Holly Guns. So.
Well, I know you agree with us. We're all going to miss the IDL Ballroom for sure.
Yes, very much.
Right. We appreciate you sharing your thoughts with us tonight.
you.
Thank you.
Thank you for being
Thanks,
on Tulsa
Misty.
Music Stream.
Appreciate you. All right. Well, we're here with people who are wearing the right shirt tonight. Tulsa Music Stream fans, obviously. Guys, tell us your name and where you're from.
Alicia.
Mark.
Floresville, actually from Ohio.
And how many times have you been to the IDL Ballroom? Too many to count?
Yes.
Okay, guys, so share some of your favorite memories here of the IDL Ballroom, some of your favorite shows you've seen so far.
Kicks.
Kicks?
We enjoyed seeing Kicks, doing the entire album, really great. We enjoyed seeing Sebastian Bach before when he was here, performing a really great show.
These two.
Oh, hey.
Definitely
Thank you.
Definitely
Awesome.
everyone here.
Very good.
Also enjoyed seeing Vixen and the Iron Maidens.
Nice. Who are you guys looking most forward to seeing tonight?
What is his name?
Stephen Piercy,
Stephen
Yeah.
Piercy.
What's your favorite Rat song?
Body Talk.
There you
Body
go.
Talk.
Nice. Good pick.
Cool.
Good pick.
Well, thank you guys, and we hope you guys enjoy the night. And it's going to be an
Definitely.
amazing concert. And thanks for wearing the T-shirts. And
Absolutely.
make sure you tune in to Tulsa Music Stream.
First time wearing this shirt.
Awesome. We're here at the IDL Ballroom, and we are here with Chief with the Iron Maiden T-shirt.
That's right.
Rock and roll. Is this your first
So is this
time?
your first IDL show?
No, I've been here probably about 6 or 7 times.
Wow.
Tell me some of the shows you've been
Well,
to.
I've seen Saxon. I've seen a Lynch Mob.
Yeah,
Nice.
George.
Yeah, George
Absolutely.
Lynch. Yeah,
You got a favorite show?
all of them are good.
All of them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
all of them are good. Yeah.
That's one thing that's I'm going to miss personally is just the fun and the festivities that we have inside the IDL Ballroom, and everyone that came in here to play always sounded good.
Oh
Absolutely.
yeah, definitely.
Some
Definitely.
louder than others, but
Yeah.
Kind of, it feels like a family atmosphere, doesn't
Yes,
it?
it does. Yes,
That's
it does.
very cool. So, who are you most looking forward to seeing tonight?
Probably Sebastian Bach.
Right on.
Yeah.
cool.
You're about the third guy to say that. I know he's got a lot of fans
Oh, yeah,
out here.
yeah.
We appreciate you supporting Tulsa Music and the IDL Ballroom. We hope you have a great time tonight.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Awesome.
Take
All right.
care.
That's right.
Check this out. Check this out. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Happy birthday. I think that was a happy birthday, I think. I'll need a chiropractor tomorrow, but I think it was happy birthday.
Wow, that was a fun night.
Oh, jeez, poor Eddie.
You know, you see that Phil is like in there. He's tapping him on the back and everything.
Yeah.
I don't know if this was rehearsed or anything like that. I'm thinking not.
No.
Not with Eddie, it wasn't.
Right. Then I heard some rumors, like, you know, they're at the end of the Stephen Piercy show. We thought they were all going to come out and do some covers,
Right.
And I don't know, but you know that happened before Stephen Piercy's set, after Sebastian's, and that cake, that huge cake, just laid there the whole time.
Yep.
Through Stephen Piercy's set, and I don't know if they were just like, hey, you know, we don't want to get up all these guys up there, and
I think Tom Green might have eaten some of that cake
He
off the
did.
stage.
And yeah, you know, that'd been funny if we had posted some pictures of that where they had to take a shovel and like it took a shovel
Scrape.
to lift it off the stage and throw it into a trash can.
It was a mess. I'm sure Robbie Crane loved dancing around that thing all night.
Oh,
but
Yeah.
you know, it was definitely a memory. And now that Eddie's butt has healed, I think he laughs when he looks
I
back
think
on
it's
it.
safe to say that every single person there had a great time. It was a good show.
It was indeed.
It was fun. And of course, we got to talk to all you fine people on the streets too. So
Yeah.
It was nice. Thank you guys who were on that segment, that took your time. And it's hard to get in front of the camera. I still have a hard time doing this. I get nervous. I say things like "right on" repeatedly because I get nervous. But you know,
I definitely want to thank Doug for bringing, going out with a bang with that, bringing in Steven and Sebastian, and they all went out there and kicked ass, and they had a great band that just nailed everything.
Right. Absolutely.
And it was just crazy that they just had a little bit of time. And there's the bass player Robbie Crane had to take a Uber all the way from St. Louis to Tulsa, and it was like $500 for him to get to Tulsa.
Right, that's right.
Did he? Why did that come about? Did he miss a flight, or what was the deal?
I think he
did.
Jeez.
Flight was delayed or something, so he had to do something quick, and I guess pay someone $500 to take him all the way to Tulsa.
Wow.
Is that enough, though? I mean, I guess it would
I was
be.
kind of surprised at that rate. I thought that sounded cheap. We should just, for fun, get in an Uber and see how far we can get on $500.
Okay, so there you go. That's our next fundraiser right there. If you care to donate, let us know.
Right, that'd be good. So what we're going to do is we do have an interview that we got with Kelly Inslee and Mike DiPetrillo, who were two of the crew members at IDL. Kelly is our sound man for our band. He is one of the absolute best in town, and Mike DiPetrillo is also an awesome dude. He works so hard. He's a great drummer, and both he and Kelly were a big part of IDL shows and being on the crew and preparing for them. And we had a quick sit down with those guys and got some thoughts from them. We're going to play that. Then we're going to kind of shift a little bit we're going to shift from the last national show at IDL to the last rock show, which was Dead Metal and Rocket Science.
And Doug and Denise said that his flight was canceled.
Oh, it was canceled. Okay.
Okay.
That sucks.
Thanks, guys.
But there's dedication right there. You take an Uber and spend $500 to get to the show that you got to be at.
That's incredible.
And I thought that was crazy, but it got crazier during the Rocket Science and DMS show.
It did. It did. And we're going to get into that. So we'll play the crew interview. I want to preface, we're going to play the crew interview, and then we're going to play a super cool promo video that a guy named Brandon Jones shot of Rocket Science. Now, I will warn you, it's not his fault, but he shot the video basically from in front of the stage. So the audio is not the greatest. There's some moments where it's distorted, but we just kind of wanted you to see it because it captures the vibe of that night and how the crowd was so electric and we had such a great time. So we're going to play the IDL crew interview, followed by the Rocket Science promo video, and then we're going to come back and have some more discussion here. So enjoy this interview.
And then we're going to end it with something else.
Yes. Oh, and ticket giveaway too, so stick around. Check this out.
All right. Hey everyone, Tulsa Music Stream. We are here with the IDL crew right here. We got Kelly, sound guy.
Mike DiPetrillo, Kelly Inslee. Guys, tell us your roles that you play at these IDL shows. Start with you, Mike.
I'm a stage tech. I'm a drum tech. I set up the gear. I help set up stage. I help him move stuff around. I get the machine up and relatively going, get it all rolling.
Nice.
And he's the baddest sound man on the planet.
Right. Do you agree with that, Kelly? Are you the baddest sound man?
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's humble.
He said everyone else sucks, man.
He's a humble
What are
guy.
some of your favorite memories here at the IDL? Some of the concerts and shows that you've run sound for? Dawkin.
Nice.
I'm a huge Dawkin fan. Love
Right.
that. Love both of those shows.
Right.
Yeah. It was fantastic. Mars 11.
Is a lot of your enjoyment just the songs themselves, or dealing with the personalities, or a combination of both?
I love the songs.
Yeah.
I love live music. Always have.
Sure.
So what are
That's
the,
why I'm a drummer turned sound guy.
Gotcha.
What are your feelings tonight that you knowing this is the last one?
It's sad. It really is.
Very, very.
It's a drag.
Lots of really fun memories here with you guys.
Sure.
I mean, there's been some great shows that we've all been here together.
Yeah.
But I want
You guys
both.
been performing
And we have another one
out.
coming too.
Yeah.
We do.
Yes, we do.
We do. I want both of you guys to know, when Doug was on with us the other night, he explained that the family, which includes the two of you, is going to stay together and do shows on the outdoor stage. So definitely looking forward to that. The party will not stop. They always say, that it's not about the building, it's about the family. And this is definitely a family that we have here.
Really good net of
You
people
do.
that work and have a good time doing this.
You
We all
do.
work well together. and
Absolutely.
work well together.
It's always smooth. Every time we're here playing, man, it's
And
a smooth
that's
process.
the ultimate goal is make it as smooth as possible and as easy as possible.
Absolutely.
No attitudes, no arrogance, that's all that.
What we get to do for a living, semi-living, is fun. So it's work, but it's worth it because it's fun.
Right.
And it's escapism, and it's a chance to just come be happy, leave your shit at the door.
Yep.
And live entertainment is still magic. Always has been for me, and
Yep.
it's just it's in my blood.
And you know what? We see that from you and the things that you post and the way that you are. We see that you actually love what you're doing. And so that's cool as shit.
You love your job, you'll never work a day in your life.
That's
Do it.
right.
There you
I'll
go,
wake up
man.
sore and tired, and I will do it again all over.
Well, I know for one thing, each and every time that I've come here to all these shows, I always appreciate seeing you, both of you guys, working your asses off, and
Definitely.
the way you run sound for even the opening bands, you run it just as good as you do.
Yes.
Yeah,
the
they
headliners
deserve just as good as the headliners.
So
Appreciate
as
that.
a musician who's played here, I really appreciate that
Definitely.
hard work. And you both are drummers, and so you guys kind of get it, so. It's
And
always
they're making
good.
the best sound guys.
Whoever they are, you can't see them.
Right.
It's always good to have musicians, running the show because they get it.
For sure. And
We have a lot of fun with it.
And we want to say, too, what they do is often a thankless job, but without what they do, the show doesn't happen. So, Mike, Kelly, props to you, and we'll definitely look forward to seeing you guys on the outdoor DEB concert stage.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
Outdoors,
Yes,
man.
good to see you guys.
Thank you, buddy. Appreciate
See you outdoors, man.
Thanks, man. Tulsa Music Stream.
I saw you outdoors.
So that gives you an idea of the electricity and vibe that we had going at the IDL Ballroom the night we played with you guys on August 7th.
That was yeah. You guys rocked. I didn't see it from that point of view.
That was it was a fun night, and Brandon Jones did a great job capturing the vibe of the crowd and the band, and man, it's always special playing with you guys.
And the energy just, it gradually just started picking up, and I think Lynn Hernandez was there, and I did an thing with Todd Edwards, on his little podcast thing, and that was cool. We had some fun, and I mean, the night was just started off just amazing.
It was a packed house, man. It was full. It was killer.
And there's me with Justin and Tom, and then the DMS crowd out there, and
there you guys are
hanging out with Doug.
A bunch of hoodlums backstage.
That's
right
backstage doing some crazy stuff while we were playing.
Yeah, we were seasoning the moment there.
Yeah, that's one of my regrets. Is I wish all of us could have had one picture together, but hey, we'll do it again sometime.
Yes, for sure.
There's some people that we love greatly. They were, all of those individuals right there were a big part of IDL Ballroom.
Yep.
And I got a couple more. There's our buddy Billy Bristol.
Billy Bristol, I think he's in the house right now.
He is.
What's up, Billy?
He says at least the IDL doesn't have to deal with him anymore.
Well,
angry.
No, Billy, we want to deal with you. So.
I want to tell Billy I certainly loved the pictures from Oklahoma and all the footage of Billy Bristol. It was entertaining.
That was some good
what was
stuff.
that last picture?
Let me go back to it. It was.
That looks like it's on a bus or something.
No.
Oh, okay.
It was on a bus to Pakistan. we ended up at the end of the night. They got on the bus with us, and we just took them with us.
Wow.
Yeah.
What a great night that was, though. And before we get into the last video, which was all of us got on stage. And jammed together, and that was a lot of fun. I think I gave my bass to
Doug, so I think I was dancing.
Is that? Yeah, I know you were. There's video to prove it.
Give me enough alcohol and the dancing will start.
It'll happen. It'll happen. I do have a question for both of you. Do you think it would be better to give away the tickets now?
I think so.
Before we play the last video, or you want to do that? Okay.
Yeah.
What'd you say? One pair. I like that idea.
All right, so what would be a question to ask?
Did you just touch my knee?
Oh, no, it was your hand.
It was
your hand's on your knee.
What are y'all doing under there?
My hand's on my knee.
I mean, because normally I'm the one touching Scott, so I just was like, am I finally getting through to him and he's reciprocating the affection?
Well,
so
it takes a while.
So when is this concert, Collective Soul?
Oh, it's out there.
I think it's in the next 6 months.
It's good, yeah.
It's at Hard Rock.
We know it's in Tulsa.
I thought we had the tickets up here.
They're in the bedroom. Yeah. Someone probably took them from the open house today.
Maybe that's a good question to ask.
What?
When
is the
second of?
Okay. October.
Thank you, Angie Parker.
It's
you won your
2nd.
tickets back.
Yeah. That's pretty funny.
We're gonna mail them back.
That's a good one. I like it.
That was funny.
So, all right, cool. So, what would be a good question?
Well,
let's keep it to IDL.
No. Well, yeah.
I heard you almost do that.
I know, and I'm sorry. I pulled back the reins.
Are you trying to touch me too?
No, I'm taking the floor. This means shut up. I'm getting ready to say something.
I wasn't talking.
You came up with a fabulous question, and maybe Scott can ask the one for the next one, but I was really pleased with the question that you came up with.
Well, thank you so much.
So
I did it with my bass player brain.
That's a nice job.
Yeah, thank you so much.
So no problem. What we're going to do is we're going to give away this pair of tickets to see Collective Soul October 2nd at Hard Rock, and first person to answer it correctly in the chat wins. Now, we've had this issue before, and I want us all to agree. Whose phone are we using to decide who is the first?
Well, I'm not on my phone at all, so it's between the two of you.
Okay.
You want to use your phone, Scott?
No, actually, let's let our, what would you call her?
Show
prepper.
Contributor.
Show prepper.
She is not a fluffer. No, she's a show contributor.
She's Alvin DeLoro.
Okay. Whoever that is.
So let that be her phone, and then
guy.
she can write it down on the board, and then we can say it.
So Teresa will decide the winner. Okay. Please unveil your fabulous trivia question for this pair of Collective Soul tickets.
Well, so, after we asked Tom and we asked Doug
who do you think? We got the answer from them. So my question is, if you can name the national act that has played at the IDL Ballroom the most times since it's been open, you get to go see Collective Soul.
Okay.
October 2nd at Hard Rock.
It's out there.
Yes.
So we're going to let our show contributor, producer / handler decide.
Who has played the IDL the most times? National act, not a local act. Nobody like that. You know, a headlining.
Because that would be freaking rocket science. Sorry. Oh. Well, Teresa, she's writing it down. The winner is
Billy Bristol.
Billy Bristol.
That,
yes.
Is that fair?
You know what? Here's the winner right here. Bam! That dude just won. And he's happy about it, see?
All right.
Okay.
Cool. All right.
Almost, Kelly. You were almost in there, but Billy beat you to it.
All right. So some of you in the chat room have seen Rocket Science play before. Since this pertains to IDL, and we've played there many times, but there was 2 songs by Collective Soul that Rocket Science plays. Name one of the songs.
I don't want to reveal it. I can hide it behind the logo. See it? Are you watching your phone? This, by the way, this is the second trivia question for the second pair of tickets given to us by Dustin Little of Okie PC. Who's the winner? She's writing down the winner. Say it.
Robert Ramone. He deserves them because of all the information he provided for the show. He's a show contributor today.
Yeah, no one deserves a pair of tickets more than Razor Robert Ramone.
Hey, yo.
So here's what we need you guys to do.
Where's Robert from?
Well, we'll figure that out. I have an idea. We kind of figure stuff out on the fly in case you didn't notice. Billy, I know how to find you, so I'll get you your tickets. But Robert,
this guy lives in Texas.
Well, we can. Are you going to come to Collective Soul in Tulsa, Robert? Be honest, Robert. Are you going to, Robert? Are you really going to drive to Tulsa to see Collective Soul? If you say yes in the chat room, then we're just going to take you at your word. And you know what?
What?
Okay. Robert, we're waiting for your reply. Will you come to Tulsa? If you come to Tulsa,
he's going to gift them.
Oh, he's going to gift them. Who do you want to gift them to? Do you want to gift them to the second winner?
He wants to donate them to the show so we can give them away.
We're waiting for Robert. There is a delay.
They're not ours anymore.
Right.
Maybe he'll give them to Angie Parker.
Right.
And then she can still go, right?
Well, whoever gets the tickets, we hope that you enjoy the show.
Yeah.
Collective Soul.
I have an idea.
The Joint's a real nice place to see a concert.
It is.
So I'm sure your view will be wonderful, and hopefully it'll be a great show.
Let's do this. Robert, send a private message to Tulsa Music Stream and let me know who you want to gift them to, and we'll make sure that person gets them. But great job on the answer. You had that right. Okay, fellas, so before we get into our closing video, which was Rocket Science and Dead Metal Society and so many other people on stage jamming Shook Me All Night Long at the very last show of IDL, let's talk real quick about what we got coming up. And I do want to give
let's talk about your performance that night. We didn't really get into that. So what was your take on, your approach to the show, and then what did you feel on the outcome the next day?
Bro.
Tell me about it.
My outlook on that show is it was going to be a party. It was going to be a lot of fun with a lot of friends, and it's exactly what it turned out to be. It was hot and sweaty and fun and a night to remember for sure. Absolutely.
It was great. What about you, Scott? How did you feel about your performance and just the vibe that night?
Well, it's always an exciting time to play at the IDL Ballroom for sure, and when the people got in there and they didn't just sit down at the chairs or whatever, they got up and rocked their whole night, for both bands, and I thought that was exceptional and fantastic, and just hanging out with everyone and just having some fun. That was the biggest part with me.
Mm-hmm.
But Robert says no, donate them to a person with the most shares.
Okay, we'll figure that out. We really appreciate that, Robert. Thank you for your kindness there.
Yes, we are in Tulsa.
I agree,
Oh.
Scott. It was just such fun and so many good memories. You'll get an idea of how much fun we had with this last video. I do want to give a quick shout out to our sponsors. Thank you so much to DEB Concerts. Gosh, we should talk a little bit about Rocklahoma too.
Yeah,
We'll
we
do that
should.
here in a second.
Yeah.
Let me shout out to all the sponsors: DEB Concerts, Identity Merch, Okie PC, GregShipman.com. Thank you for such a great job on those pre-recorded segments for us. And Adam Richmond of Surviving Rocklahoma. We couldn't do what we do without you guys. Give us real quick your take on Rocklahoma. Was freaking amazing too, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. It was really fun. And
You guys played Thursday night.
we played
the pre-party.
Thursday night. Yeah, we played the pre-party, and man, what a blast! We took the stage. It was already dark when we took the stage, and it was beautiful. It was nice to get to play out there again and have those shows back out there. It was very, 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 very hot.
Jeez,
but
yes.
but so worth it. It goes by so fast when you're having that much fun. So for me, and I know for the band, it was a really good time. We all had a good time and very successful show. So
Scott, what was your take on your performance
Well,
out there?
it was for me. It was like I was having to put on two hats. I was like being Mr. Guy with the Tulsa music stream guy, trying to find contacts, make contacts, talk to people, rock stars like Stephen Piercy and everybody, and backstage, and the Iron Maidens, and there's a lot of cool people backstage that we got to hang out with and talk to. So that was cool. As far as that. For Rocklahoma for me, and just getting up front and watching Anthrax, and just, it's a great festival. It's fun. Of course, you wear out. It's so hot, you wear out.
Yes.
And if you're, all that walking around, it's not like we didn't have golf carts or anything like that to take us around anywhere. We had to go by foot on everything, so that was a bit of a struggle. But yeah, by Sunday I was wiped out. But performance-wise, it was like a blink of an eye. You get up there, and there was the rain came in, and it was coming in or something, and so
Yes.
they made other bands start playing on other stages. This like before we even started, and it was supposed to just kind of stagger and we were the last band until John 5, and then they were gonna start staggering all the stages or whatever they do. Anyway, so that was kind of a
challenge.
Yeah, it was a bit of a challenge, but the people that came in there, and there was quite a few, and they hung out and they rocked, and it was fun. But it was like a blink of an eye. It was like over, and it was hot, and it was just like, it's hard to keep your breath, and your face your face felt like a pimple.
I said it. My head was pulsating because it was so hot.
Ours too.
Yeah, but you know what? And shout out to Doug Burgess, man. That stage was killer. The whole setup was killer.
It was.
Man, it was great. It was a perfect night for us.
It was indeed. And Scott, I do want to give you props because you wearing both hats led us to 2 upcoming episodes. Let's talk about the one Tuesday. This Tuesday, just in 2 nights from tonight, we're going to talk with Britt Lightning from Vixen. And then a week from tonight, and these next 2 episodes are the ones that Scott lined up for us out at Rocklahoma. Sunday, September 19th. This start time is subject to change. You don't know that yet, but we'll tell you why later. It may be 2 p.m. or it may be 6 p.m. Just watch the page. Cassandra Carson of Paralander will be back on with us. We have a lot to catch up with her and the band. And then Sunday, October 10th, we think at 2 p.m., episode 46, Eric Ferentinos of Stephen Piercy, and both of those are great gets. And I
great guitar player.
Yeah, that guy is so cool and such a talented player.
It's funny. I saw him doing sound check, and he was singing the songs at sound check, and it sounded just like Stephen Piercy. Man.
He's talented, man.
Good. It was
He's
good.
super good. So we have a lot of cool stuff coming up. We do appreciate you guys tuning in. Thanks for all the shares. I saw that like over 60 people shared the stream tonight.
And we also have got confirmed with the Iron Maiden's guitarist.
Oh yeah,
that's right. Yes, Nikki Stringfield.
Yep.
She'll be coming on. We don't have an exact date nailed down, but she has agreed to come on. So more good stuff happening, and we appreciate you guys hanging in there with us and watching. We've got one last video before we get out of here for the night, and see you again on Tuesday night when we talk to Britt Lightning from Vixen. This is Dead Metal Society and Rocket Science and Friends performing at the IDL Ballroom the very last night it was open. We hope you guys enjoy this, and we will see you Tuesday night on Tulsa Music Stream. Thanks, and have a great week.